It's a kill, 12 months in the making, timeline-wise, as Guerro absolutely murdered Diaz's baldy dome with a single shot to it. But, one question, was it justified?
That is the question that we are here to answer today. So we're going to look at why Guerro done it. We're going to look at what Diaz did in the past to possibly deserve it. And we're going to break down essentially the murder of Diaz and if Guerro was justified and if he should face any punishments for his actions. So you see in the scene, first of all, Diaz bursts into the clubhouse and he's not happy. He's got this aggressive energy. He's picking a fight. He's looking around. He locks eyes with Easy and he's like, "You, we had a deal. You do not attack Charmin." And Easy's like, hey, want to talk? Come on, you and your other wee VP, let's come in.
Jinx, come on, son.
I wasn't allowed to mention Jinx, by the way. I'm just pointing that out.
You're allowed to mention before they walk out the door again. But, what, before the door? Yes. So after the door? No.
Easy takes him into the Templo. Obviously, Hank follows because Hank is a follower. Hank's just there. Hank's just taking up fucking space, in my opinion. I don't want Hank. Just get rid of Hank. Easy then looks for Bishop and he says, "Bishop, hey, you coming with me? I need you." And Bishop's like, "Nah, you're good." It's like, what the hell? See, Bishop, though, he doesn't strike me as a VP.
Anymore. I feel like he could have been at one point, not anymore, though. But is this due to his beef with Diaz, or is it because he just simply has zero faith in Easy? Or he just doesn't like Easy because the fact that Easy's took all this plaudits off him?
I mean, it could be that. Maybe he still feels like he was done dirty with Easy, which he essentially was.
This could have been Ontario, though, and I still think he'd have sat on the couch drinking bourbon. Or Jack D, whatever he's drinking. I don't see...
I mean, as much as I didn't like the setup of Bishop, Hank, and Taza, I felt like at least when there was important scenes, those three would go into the Templo themselves and discuss things. You never really see... Have we seen one sit down with just Easy, Bishop, and Hank? I don't think we have. We've seen that where they were talking about the rat and Angel was there.
Which Hank didn't really want Angel to be there.
Yeah, although maybe Angel could argue I'm secretary. Then if that's the case, do they need to get Creeper on the line because he's road captain? Anyway, yeah, so they go in, Easy discusses, look, yeah, we might have done this, we might have attacked Charmin, we might have killed Happy, but that was our beef, we've settled it, and now we've got the prisons, and now we've got money, and he gives Diaz money, and Diaz, all of a sudden, I didn't like this for Diaz because he came in guns blazing, basically not happy, pretty aggressive going into a fellow Charters clubhouse like this, outnumbered only 2 to about 9. So I felt like he was brave and I admired him at the start, but as soon as Easy gave him the money, it was like, alright, I'm on your side, Easy.
It's not like he gave him duffel bags full of cash.
Yeah, he gave him a couple of fucking dollars.
I'd say this was about no more than 10 grand.
Probably enough to get him into the strip club, and that's about it. So then Diaz is like, yeah, okay. Easy asks him, do you want to stay? He's like, nah, I'm going to visit Bishop, but visit Alvarez, actually, my fellow co-founder. But it turns out he's not going to visit Alvarez because the only thing he's going to visit is Ibarra, because Ibarra's son comes up from behind Guerrero out of nowhere, really. He was sitting down, he waited until Diaz walked past him. Diaz is going for the door, nice wee smile, nice wee smirk on his face, puts the gun up to his head, and boom, Diaz is no more. And it was poetic because it was the same way that Diaz killed Ibarra. Then Guerrero's like, that was for my dad, that was for Ibarra. And yeah, everyone kind of screams, everyone kind of looks on in a bit of shock here. You've got to wonder how many members know about the history and about how Ibarra was basically executed. I wonder who was there that revealed what happened though.
Yeah, that's a valid point. You look at Nestor, Bottles, they're not going to know.
Well, no one was there in that meeting. The only guy that was there, who's the guy with the glasses that turns up from time to time? He's like...
Solus?
Unless...
Guerro did confront him in the premiere, but I guess after the events of Season 4 premiere, they probably put it all on the table, like who's died here, and I guess it just became public knowledge that Diaz put a bullet in the back of...
Possibly. Anyway, Guerrero seems to know that Diaz was the one that done it, so he decides, screw it, I'm going to take out Diaz because he took out my dad. Now, when you put it like that, if you simply say, this is where we're going to find out whether it was justified or not. If you say that Diaz executed Ibarra and therefore Guerro is getting revenge for his father, I mean, that sounds pretty fair. that sounds like it's justified. However, I think we need to look at the bigger picture here. Everything that went down in season 3 and season 4, because I think that's even more important than what happened in season 3. But you look at the Civil War, Easy basically put that whole thing in motion. Bishop accepted Easy's plans, his visions, and he bought into it. He wanted the greed of being the one king. Then they did get into the Civil War, but you would have to definitely say that Santa Padre came out better. A lot of the other charters that went to war against Santa Padre lost a lot more members, with Easy taking out Ramos. Then we had Easy blowing up Kanche, could have damn near killed his child, nearly killed Kanche, probably wiped out quite a lot of Yuma by doing that. And you have to factor in here that Ibarra was on the side of Santa Padre. He was willing to take their side. He was in the room when they agreed to freeze out Ramos and freeze out Kanche. So he did essentially choose Santa Padre. And you feel like Santa Padre were the charter that were held responsible. I feel like it fell with them. That the Civil War was essentially blamed on Santa Padre. And then you got Alvarez coming in at the end of the season, well, at the start or beginning of season 4, episode 1, 2, whatever.
It's just stupid though, right? You've got Downer, who is a part of Santa Padre. He was a part of that revolution.
Yeah, but the point I'm going to make...
he's on the side. So how can Guerro sit with a guy at his table who literally was a part of the crew that killed his father? That Downer was a part of... I believe he was part of Yuma. So Yuma, Tucson, they were all... They were against each other.
Like he might hold Diaz responsible because Diaz is the one that pulled the trigger, but I don't look at it that way. I think Diaz got permission to pull the trigger. Let's be honest, Diaz may have been the one to pull it, but I think that's more because he's first too, and the fact he's a co-founding member. Everyone in that room, in my opinion, definitely knew what was happening there. Diaz just didn't spur of the moment decide, you know what, I'm going to whip out a gun here and shoot Ibarra in the back of the head. All the presidents knew what was happening. I reckon it was agreed on.
No, absolutely, yeah, it was.
So therefore, can you really just say Diaz is the one that killed him when it was agreed on? It was basically them deciding, look, Santa Padre have teamed up. Ibarra's teamed up with Santa Padre. Look at what they've done. They've tried to wipe out so many people. They've tried to take us out and keep all the drugs for themselves, the money for themselves, the power for themselves. And Ibarra essentially did back the wrong horse. And I think it's delusional to think that Santa Padre, obviously backed with Ibarra, could do all the damage that they done, and every other Mayan chart was just going to let it go. So I think,
yeah, like it's not like they stopped at Ibarra. Santa Padre were all going to get killed, and then Alvarez turned up. Alvarez saved them.
Yeah, so
that's how it worked.
I don't think Ibarra getting killed was unfair or unjustified.
It wasn't personal.
It wasn't personal. It was just like you've killed Ramos. You were on the side that killed Ramos. You tried to kill Kanche. You think Kanche wanted them all dead, and can you blame him?
No.
I mean, they blew up his clubhouse where his son was.
His son.
And they knew about his son. Easy fucking seen his son and done it. So therefore, at that point, I can't blame Kanche for wanting to kill everybody that's involved, Santa Padre or not. As long as you're backing that horse, if you're backing the Santa Padre horse, I cannot blame Kanche for wanting to kill them all. But we go into season 4, we get the war at the clubhouse, Santa Padre clubhouse. But then Alvarez comes in, and in my opinion, from that point, when he basically goes, this is my fucking club.
This is my fucking club, man.
You draw a line under the sand. That's it over. What's done is done. Both sides have lost members. Both sides have done bad things. When Alvarez comes in and takes control of Santa Padre, that was basically him trying to heal the club. He knew that Santa Padre were in the wrong, and he was going to join Santa Padre as the president to try and make things better. So that's where I think the line is drawn. You can argue what happened in season 3 and who done what and who did this and what was fair and what wasn't. But I think once we get to season 4 and that line has been drawn, what's happened in the past is in the past, because now Guerro has killed Diaz for killing Ibarra. Does that mean somebody from Stockton can just come in and kill Easy because he killed Ramos? Like, yeah. Where do you fucking draw the line? The line was drawn in season 4 by Alvarez.
And then the line got underlined by the war because they united against the Suns, even after that.
But we've already seen since then Easy killed Kanche, which I also thought was unjustified. People were saying Kanche says he was going to catch him slipping. I don't buy that at all.
That was not a threat as in like murder. He's like, I'm going to catch you up to one of your devious plots again and force you at this fucking club. Sort of threat, not like, here, see when you're not looking, I'll shoot you. Because see if Kanchi wanted to kill
he had an opportunity.
Kill him.
Yeah.
You try to tell me in the 4 months that passed, whatever, come on. It's idiotic to say, but would I say this kill's more justified than what Easy did to Kanchi? Probably, because it's like, he's avenging his father, but what I'm surprised about here is, to a degree, it's just the fact that Santa Padre have completely backed Guerro's decision. We just wouldn't see this in Sons. I feel like in the Mayans, you'd almost be led to believe that, they've got this loyalty, they're all brothers, all the Hispanic culture, we're all together, but then like they just turn on each other like that. No loyalty whatsoever. I feel like, see when Jack says in season 4, this club isn't about love and brotherhood, it's about beer and money. I feel like that is the fucking Mayans to a T.
Yeah, that's the definition of the Mayans.
No, that literally.
All they seem to care about is drinking and getting money.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no brotherhood, especially with other charters at all. Like, there's just zero, like, they treat other charters as if it's like enemy fucking clubs.
No, you're right. Like, Diaz got every right to be pissed here, and the reason Easy's reasoning for killing Happy, he was on our territory. Well, that's enough to fucking drag all these other charters that were threatened with extinction in the premiere if you brought Charming in.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about Easy done, we're here to talk about what Guerro done, and in my opinion, this is not justified, not at all. The line was drawn, yeah, Diaz killed his father, but like I said, that was in season 3, that has been forgotten about. And we need to move on, or else if you're going to go by that logic, then how many members of Santa Padre have to die? How many members of the opposing charters did they kill? Why is Easy still breathing? This guy has killed Ramos while the war was going on, and he's killed Kanchi after the fucking war was over, when there was a truce. So, I mean, if Diaz is getting killed by Guerro, then why the fuck is nobody coming in and wiping out Easy?
And you gotta bear in mind, he set up those 2 charters for them just to get annihilated with no backing. Absolute lead. Oh, Easy's a better president than Alvarez, Jax, Clay. Fuck off. Who actually genuinely thinks that?
Well, who cares about that? It's Guerro. Justified or not. I've basically said the whole video. I don't think it's justified.
No, it's absolutely not justified. And you know what? I think it should have welcomed a Camisot's vote, aka a Mr. Mayhem vote. But Santa Padre don't work like that. They're not exactly a civilized club. It just shows you like how flip-flop these Mayans are. Like I said, with Downer, he was a part of those crews that were against Santa Padre. And now he's like on Team Santa Padre because he's in it. He's like, fuck it, yeah, may as well just kill all the Mayans. But again, it even ties back to like Diaz back in season 3 when he's like, how many dead Mayans you're going to be happy with, SA? I just never get the feeling in the Mayans about loyalty. I would say the only person they do hold like a different flame is Alvarez. But then again, they voted him out. So let's say Alvarez wasn't the founding member, he was just president. Santa Padre would have fucking killed him in that season 4 finale. I think it's just the fact he's El Padrino. So, that's it, guys. We think the kill was complete.
Well, I don't think Santa Padre... You mean season 4 or season 3?
Season 4.
So, no, I don't know.
I feel like Alvarez is like the only guy who's been treated with like a wee bit of respect.
Well, if you can't treat the president, the fucking founding member.
But there's good news, guys. I think Alvarez is going to be on an avenge mission. You're saying, why doesn't Stockton or Oakland or whoever Yuma kill Easy? Well, I think there's going to be a certain ex-president that's going to kill Easy. But anyway, guys, until next time, we'll be back very soon. Up next is Jinx. Then he jinx him.